How's everybody doing in the place to be? Hey, it's time for Burn It Down with Kim Brown. This is the safe space where we set oppression ablaze because we're getting too old for this shit, y'all. We're getting entirely too old for this. Our kids are getting too big to be growing up in this shit. And I know how to set fires. Do y'all know how to set fires? I know how to burn shit down. I mean, literally, we can burn the physical and we can burn the systems of which are remain seen and unseen that are visible and invisible in our lives. Yeah, it's been a rough weekend, everybody, but I'm grateful that you all have come on in here and made some time. We've got a really good show for you today. Joining us and the second half of the show, I'm really looking forward to this. We are going to be joined with Courtney and Keisha Banks, the Banks sisters, and Josanna from Revolutionary Blackout Network. They're going to be joining us to talk about Camp Dada, or is it Dada? I think it's Dada. Let's call it Dada. Let's stick with Dada until I get a correction. This is an action that they are planning for this summer in the Hamptons, and it's an opportunity, I think, a unique one. To actually make rich people feel some discomfort, yes. But in addition to that, it's an opportunity to grow community, to increase political education, and to organize. Because, gang, we are seeing it right now. Shirley, come through, Shirley. Thank you, baby girl. Thank you, Miss Shirley. Come on in here, Shirley. Shirley just ran us some bucks. You too should get like Shirley and get on the right side of things. Shirley says, put this towards some matches. Come through, Shirley. Girl, it is high time, past time, been time. America has had a 400-year past, to be perfectly honest. And with every attack and strike upon Black communities, upon communities of color, we're going to get into how our Asian brethren and sistren are truly under attack right now. There is a mass shooter loose in Dallas, loose, and they ain't caught him. They have not caught him. And I don't mean an active shooter. I will clarify what I mean, but there have been a number of shootings at Dallas area Asian-owned businesses. And some days ago, the Dallas police chief was like, "Nah, I don't think that these joints are related." And Asians was like, "Shit, shit." They done came up in here blasting, didn't rob nobody for nothing. No money was stolen, only gunshots. So the Asian community already know exactly what time that is. So we're going to talk about that really quick. You guys are running us some bucks. If my appearance seems a little choppy, we are having a tiny bit of technical difficulties with the picture, but coming through audio wise, you guys should be able to hear me loud and clear. And to me, that's what matters the most. After all, you know, I am a radio chick at my heart. I will have boogers and shit hanging all out of my nose on the radio, jamming hip hop and R&B, not giving a fuck. But I know y'all will be able to see me intermittently. But however, as long as you can hear me the entire time, that is what is matters to most to moi. Tina Lulu, thank you so much for your super chat, darling. We appreciate you supporting us on Black Power Media this morning as well. And of course, my brother Latif. Latif ran us a buck saying, put the matches, a flint, and a striker in the waterproof case. Baby, come on. We may have to do some frog missions out here, some frog man and women missions out here. We might have to keep all the incendiaries in a dry, safe storage place, because once we climb out of the water, and again, I'm just saying this generally, alphabet boys, because I know when Negroes start talking revolution and start talking we are fed the fuck up with white supremacists, that is when all the law enforcement apparatus seems to locate all the disgruntled Negroes on the internet. Can't find, not now, are these violent ass crackers that run up in people's grocery stores, that run up in people's schools, that run up, and all they do is cause murder, violence, and mayhem. No, you can't find them beforehand. No. FBI will come knock on my door for talking a little bit of shit before they go find Ethan in the fucking suburbs in his parents' basement cleaning his gun. So there's that. So actually, you know what? Let me just go ahead and get into this, because we will be joined with the Bank sisters and Josanna around 7:30. So stick around for that. But y'all, I mean, I'm not gonna front. I can't front on this at all. Okay, the Buffalo massacre. I don't know what else to call it. I think calling it, just reducing it to a mass shooting, eliminates the racial undertones, the hatred, the anti-black specific hatred that was the fuel for this attack. I feel some kind of way about black people getting slaughtered while minding their fucking business, right? There is no more minding your business than being at the damn store. And what happened to these people in Buffalo, in a black neighborhood in Buffalo, in a neighborhood, from what I understand, that was a food desert until they put that top supermarket there, right? Black Buffaloans had a hard time getting groceries in their area, local to them, until that Tops came along. And this motherfucking murderer scouted the whole location, talked to people. I saw an interview from a Buffalo resident, a witness of the shooting, but he said, he was talking to NBC News, he said that he encountered this motherfucker the day before at the grocery store and had a conversation with him. And the resident, the Buffalo resident, seemed truly in disbelief that the same 18-year-old that he chatted with the day before came back and shot up the place, killing 10, wounding several others. If we could pop up A1 for me, Tunde. So this is what I need us to understand, because there's a lot of rhetoric coming out from politicians, even from community leaders. And first and foremostly, I want us to listen to the people in the community. But if you had a chance to check out Black Power Media this morning on the Remix Morning Show, a very enlightening, eye-opening interview. Kalonji Changa interviewed the family members of some of the Buffalo massacre victims. I believe they were family members of Miss Tally, okay? And Kalonji was invited by one of the family members to join her for a CNN News appearance. But CNN declined to have Kalonji on. I wonder why. Because Kalonji was going to get up there and tell all them white people about themselves, right? All of them. Don Lemon little ass too. Go tell Johnnie about himself also. Kalonji was going to get up there and tell it. And they knew it. They said no. No. But nevertheless, they joined us on Black Power Media this morning and gave a very, very powerful interview. I encourage you guys to go back and check out the remix from this morning. But the one thing that I want us to underscore here is that police do not keep black people safe. They have never kept black people safe. It is not police's foundational role to keep black people safe. And the fact that this teen, oh my goodness, Bagheera has just gassed me with the most horrendous of thoughts. It's pretty bad. Oh my goodness, let me try to power through. I gotta power through because this is terrible. So the alleged Buffalo shooter, and I don't even like to say alleged, but I'm a journalist, so it's sort of ingrained in me to do just that. The shooter, as a high school student the previous year, was questioned and detained by police after making a school shooting threat against his school. Okay? He was held, I believe, overnight or for a very short duration of time in a psychiatric facility, right? And then he was released and never charged with anything. But according to this piece here from cityandstateny.com, they go on to tell us how this police could have very easily detained him under New York's red flag law. Now, these red flag laws are something that I generally agree with. What they do is they red flag the names of people who I would imagine have had demonstrable threats of gun violence in the past, perhaps domestic abusers, perhaps people who have protective orders against them. The police can come and seize their weapons, or the people would not be allowed to legally purchase weapons in the state of New York. And there's variations of this law across the country. This is, I think, a generally a good idea for a number of reasons. Obviously, I'm thinking about women and those who are experiencing domestic violence with people who have access to guns, because in interpersonal violent relationships, the time that a woman is most likely to get murdered is when she tries to leave, or if she come up pregnant, right? So I'm with these laws. I'm with these laws. But the fact that the New York police did not enact this against the Buffalo shooter is absolutely preposterous. And for Joe Biden to talk about that we need to stamp out, we need to disavow racist violence. Well, let's talk about disavowing racist violence, Joe Biden, because when the president of the United States begs black people for our vote, black people dutifully show up, 2020 I'm talking about, and help deliver two Democratic senators from the state of Georgia, no less, right? Run up in the polls trying to get Joe Biden elected. And in turn, what does Joe Biden and the democratically controlled Congress do? They stick the police in our communities. They fail to realize or fail to actually want to confront the issue of racialized police violence head on. No, they want to refund the police to the tune of billions of dollars for better training, better equipment, because this is what the police lack. Well, here's the problem. The police is not tracking down these little murderous white mass shooting motherfuckers. They not. They have made that very clear. In fact, white nationalist violence, white extremist violence, it seems to be a relatively low priority for law enforcement, right? Look no further than the Capitol insurrection of January 6th. It's almost comical to think about it. The insurrectionists, and listen, I see Damien is in here with us. Ursula, you in here too. Y'all gonna get a good laugh at this. Listen, listen. These motherfuckers, the January 6th rioters, the insurrectionists, I don't want to call them traitors because I was rooting for them. I'm like, come on, y'all. Yes, go find Mike Pence. Find him. Yes, put that vote to use. Find Mike Pence ass right now. But they were plotting for weeks. They were plotting the whole insurrection online for weeks. FBI ain't show up at nobody's house. FBI didn't come and question nobody. Okay? It wasn't until they started to amass on Pennsylvania Avenue by the hundreds, I don't know, many hundreds, few thousands. Then the police was like, we think we have a problem here. And it's like, yep, What's all that intelligence got us? What's all that police funding got us? What's all that police training got us? Because really all the police train for is how to fuck with black people, Latinos, and indigenous people. But I think now people from Latino and indigenous communities may disagree, but I think they have a special training unit for the Negroes. No, we got to train y'all extra on how to fuck up black people. No, this is an advanced course, Johnson. We're gonna get you in there one day. Fret not. But they spend all of the resources fucking with black people. Meanwhile, white people are openly plotting to overthrow the government, plotting mass shooting massacres, and the police can't seem to track them down beforehand, right? But let me get up here and talk a little bit of shit. I bet you the Alphabet Boys be knocking at my door tonight. And I don't want them to knock at my door because I am afraid of the police. I think I have explained this to y'all. Thank you so much, my written voice, for your donation. We appreciate your super chat. Thank you, darling. What's up, Courtney? I'm sorry I didn't go through here and do all my speak-ins. I will come back and speak. Yeah. Thank you for that. So let me move through here really quick because there were some points that I wanted to make, and I wanted to be clear. Anytime that you hear a politician or any sort of news personality, media personality get on the airwaves and say in response to the Buffalo massacre or similar things, because mass shootings happen in America every day. It's not our first or our last rodeo with this, but anytime you hear them say that this is not who we are, this is not America. This is not who America is, baby. What America y'all been looking at? What America y'all been living in? You live in a different America, apparently. Maybe this is not Central America. I could see that. But the United States of America, Los Estados Unidos, Les Etats-Unis, oh, no. This is exactly how America gets down. And I wanted to pull a couple of things that I saw just from this week. Different instances of targeted racial violence from white people to Black people in this country that have historically happened in this week. If you could pop up A2 for me, Tunde. So you all, I would hope, know about what happened in Philadelphia this week of May with the move bombing, when the Philadelphia police dropped literal C4 bombs in a West Philadelphia neighborhood on the home of the Move organization. 11 people were killed, including 5 children. 200 homes, pardon me, 81 homes. No, I had that wrong. 61 homes. Dozens of homes. Let's keep it safe there. Dozens of homes with over 200 residents made homeless by bombing 2 city blocks. Okay. Now, granted, I know y'all gonna say it was a Black mayor who authorized that inhumane bombing of residents of Philadelphia. You are accurate, but we know, we know how them goofy coons act when they want to get on. They'll go extra. They authorize the police to do extra. If you thought that the white man was going to be bad, the white man trying to kiss up to the black man trying to kiss up to the white man is worse because he's going to do extra. He's definitely going to do extra. The other one I wanted to point out really quick, and again, these are just two. These are just two. If we could pop up A3, Tunde. This week, I believe, this according to the ZenEd Project, this week in history, this is when a white mob attacked freedom riders down in Anniston, Alabama. This was a multiracial group of activists traveling by bus from Washington, D.C., and they were headed to New Orleans to organize Black voters to get them registered to vote. And when they made a stop in Anniston, Alabama, their bus was attacked. It was set on fire. The police knew all about it. Police knew all about it. Of course they knew about it. They was probably the ones leading the charge. but those who were witnesses to this event indicate that the police were aware of this violence, this targeted mob violence, this white mob violence that was initiated by the Ku Klux Klan. The police knew all about it and was like, damn, that's fucked up. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Police have never kept us safe in our communities. They have never kept us safe. Anytime there is an incident of targeted racial violence targeted from white people, and again, I know some white people, not our white people, clearly not the white people we have assembled here today, but the ones who don't know no better. They routinely get up and be like, well, what about Black violence? I saw a graphic for some idiot on Twitter with an American flag in their handle, right? I was like, okay. But anyway, there have been recent mass shootings. Listen, white people do not have the monopoly on mass shootings. Black people do commit mass shootings also, but they're usually not racially targeted. Usually when Black people are committing mass shootings, it is in a crowded space, like the 2 mass shootings that happened somewhat recently in Sacramento. I don't believe that the Black shooters were targeting specifically white folks. I think this was a situation, because again, Black people kind of handle this kind of violence a little differently, right? Black folks, if they're going to shoot up the spot, it's because they are targeted at somebody specifically, right? They wanted to bust up the jam. Somebody had did something to them previously, and then they seen them in the spot, and they said, oh, I'm going to get them right now. It's not, hey, I'm going to drive out to Reston, Virginia, and for the fuck of it, let me go shoot up Reston Town Center. That's not how Black people operate in these schemes of things. When Black people commit mass shootings, it's I'm shooting up my job, I'm shooting up somebody specific, or somebody in this very crowded club space or whatever has pissed me off, and I'm about to let the chopper sing, right? But it's not because they posted a 200-page manifesto about how white people ain't shit, 2 weeks before traveling to a specific targeted area where they knew white people was going to be. You ever heard about the golf course being shot up? Let's be fucking clear. These are not apples and apples here. These are very, very, very different instances of violence. But the difference is that white people have always committed violence against Black people and Black communities. That is an unbroken circle, baby. That is a straight linear line going from 1600s to 2022. Okay, so don't let them get away with talking about that this ain't America shit, that this ain't really who we are. Bitch, this is exactly who we are. In fact, this is only who we are. This is it. This is it. And I'm thinking about the clip. Shout out to Cape Socialist. Cape Socialist posted a clip from when Dr. CBS and Afeni show came on the show. And CBS was talking about how any of the progresses that we make in terms of rights achieved or whatever, that shit is temporary. Oh shit. I'm about to get emotional thinking about it. That shit is temporary and it is reversible. And that is quite sobering. That is quite sobering. I want to show you guys a couple of examples of the ways in which, number one, Black people continually experience white violence. And it doesn't have to be as massive as the tragedy that happened in Buffalo. There is a clip that has been floating around. It's going to be A4 Tunde, of an incident that happened in a neighborhood in Texas. I want to say that this is perhaps in the Dallas suburbs. Pookiewood, if you're present, correct me on the location. I'm very confident this is Texas, though. And so what we're going to see is a TikTok video that is going to be initially opening with a Ring camera video. And what you're going to see is a very small white little boy. I gotta say, this little boy, he can't be older than 10. He's gotta be 6, 7, 8, right? He gonna ring the doorbell with a whip. He gonna ring the doorbell of the home of a Black family with a whip, with the intention of whipping the Black daughter in there, who I'm imagining is his classmate at school. The Black mother tells him, the child on his way exiting the porch of the Black family apparently does some damage to the car of the Black family in their driveway. And then the parents of the Black child go to the white child's house to have a conversation, to have a reasonable fucking conversation. And you won't believe what happened, in case you guys have not seen this. Let's check out A4, please.
Hey guys, so check out this video of this little boy coming to my house, beating on my door with a whip, trying to attack my daughter. Take a look at this. Also, please like, share, and comment.
Little boy, you better get your ass from off my porch beating on my door like this. I will call the police. You need to leave. Don't you ever beat on my goddamn door like that. Go. Okay.
So as the video progresses, my husband goes over to speak to his father about what just took place.
Across the street.
Take a look at this.
You got video? Come over here.
Not really. We have it on video. All right, get off my property. Seriously.
He has a gun behind his back.
Because you ain't coming over here talking nicely. You're accusing my son.
I'm showing you the video.
We're showing you the video.
The door. You ain't showing me the video of me scratching your car. Get off my plan. That's my vine. Get off my plan.
Baby, get off the vine.
I didn't even go there.
No,
Not him worried about this dead ass
Okay,
vine.
thank you.
You owe me a plant if
I don't owe you shit. Fuck you. I bet you won't bring your motherfucking ass.
Can you please stop, sir? All we want to do is just talk to you civil.
That's the problem. You and your kids want to play fucking victim. Your son came over
Y'all
here.
are so
Guys, I was
violent.
literally in shock.
Baby, please,
Your
no.
son came over here with a fucking whip. Bring his ass over here again.
Please.
What the fuck happened?
You have a gun.
Come over here on my side and see what the
You
fuck
have
happened.
a...
Fuck you.
We called the police twice. Luckily, this time he went to jail.
I've already come out before.
Come on, let's do it. No, baby, give me... Oh, my
This
God.
idiot pulls the trigger and almost shoots himself and his daughter.
Yep. White entitlement. Out of the whips of babes. whip. Who in the fuck told that kid had the audacity to go over and knock on the people's door with the intention to literally whip their Black daughter? I'm sorry, what? And you think his father didn't send him over there? I mean, I don't know that for a fact, but I would speculate. I don't see how else a child would have the gumption within themselves to do that. And this is what drives me crazy, gang. I mean, there's a lot of things that drive me crazy, quite obviously. I have been in that position, not that specific position, but I have absolutely been in the position where I am reasonably calmly, with articulation, trying to explain my perspective in the conflict betwixt white people. And the motherfuckers will sit there and act like you are speaking straight Swahili, dog. Like they acting like no comprendes. What? Mijo what? Mijo whip. No, they act like they don't understand English. Like they're all of a sudden their literal comprehension of logic and fact and content, it evaporates, it goes away. Like they literally, and it has everything to do with the fact that they don't respect this. They don't respect this. They don't respect black. They will never respect black. They will never respect black speaking perfect English to them. They will never respect black who make more money than them, who live in the same neighborhood as them, whose children attend the same schools as them. No, they will instill in their children Scotty. No, hold on. Hunter. Wait a second. Now I'm profiling. Hold on. I'm going to think of a good one. Declan. Come through, Declan. Declan. Now, I know Natasha bothered you. So take this whip, Declan. And go knock on Natasha's door, Declan. And tell Natasha to the fuck? You think this little child, this elementary age school child came up with that shit on their own? I do not think so. But then you see that pussy clot dad come through with the pistol. I'm talking about the white dad, obviously. Like, why are you gonna answer the door with a gun in your hand? Pussy. And I appreciate the black parents right there. And just to follow up, the white dad was charged. That's it. Y'all are hilarious. The white dad was charged with something relatively low level, right? But from what I'm able to ascertain on the interwebs, because again, this was on World Star. And let me be clear, as my source, this was on World Star to be just to keep it 1,000, keep it all the way funky with y'all. The police didn't arrive until the black family had called numerous times, right? It's not against the law. It's only recently been somewhat against the law to kill black people in America. And sit with that for a second, right? For the longest time, it was not illegal to murder black people. It wasn't illegal. You know why? Because black people were not considered people. Still not considered people. Overwhelmingly not considered people, but I digress. But before we bring on our guest, Tunde, do we have a moment to hit one clip before we get the girls on, before we bring in the girls? Because I'm gonna have to punt a lot of this, not a lot of this. If you need me to, I got more to say. I can hang on for a couple of moments. Yes, it's going to be the Lyft driver, the A5. So yeah, let me set it up, please. So guys, if you watch Black Power Media, we talk significantly about what black folks need to do in order to protect our neighborhoods, and that's very important, and we will continue to engage with those strategies and those conversations. But I know I have white people that watch this show, and I appreciate y'all, because I can't see how you could be racist and watch this shit because I talk a lot of shit about white folks. But I want us to see a clip. This is coming out of Pennsylvania. Okay, now this went viral on Twitter. What we're going to see is a Lyft driver or rideshare driver picking up a white couple. Okay, and the driver is white. The passengers that get into the vehicle are white. But I want you to see how this exchange of whiteness. One party thought the shit was all good, until another party told them that we are not on that racist bullshit over here, baby. And this is the kind of shit. This is the small ways in which white people can shut shit down in their presence. Because anyway, I want you guys to check out this video. I'm going to talk about it in a second. Take a look.
Hello, for Jackie, right?
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah, you're like a white guy.
What's that?
Are you like a white guy?
Excuse me?
Are you like a normal guy? Like you speak English? Sorry.
No, you can get out of the car. I'm gonna
What?
cancel a ride. That's inappropriate.
What?
It's completely inappropriate. If somebody was not white sitting in the seat, what would be the difference?
Are you serious?
She said, wow, you're a white guy.
Oh,
That's okay. I'm not gonna take the ride. You guys can get out.
really?
Yeah. completely inappropriate.
Oh, you're a fucking asshole.
It's all on
You're
camera,
a piece
man.
of shit.
It's all on
I
camera.
should punch you in the fucking face.
You're gonna
my
threaten me.
God.
Yeah,
Assault.
yeah, fuck you.
Wow.
Because you guys are racist fucks.
You're a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Fucking nigger lover. Fuck you. Get the fuck out of here.
No, I'm calling the cops on you, man.
Go ahead.
It's all on camera. It's all on camera.
Big deal.
Do you guys own the place? Is it your place? That's great. Everyone's gonna know. Fossil's last stand for black people, right? Yeah. Fuck off. You.
Hey now listen. If white people can be prescribed that energy, if y'all can snort that energy, if you can smoke that energy, I don't know how you gotta do what you gotta do in order to obtain that energy, to get that energy. We need that energy. And here's the problem, guys. I understand that standing up to racists in the moment, telling them that they're racist pieces of shit to their face, it can be dangerous. You know why? Because racists are fucking dangerous. But the problem is, some of the ways, Bakira, in which racism has been allowed to be normalized, and it is normal, but the ways that it has been allowed to be remain to survive is because so-called moderate whites, so-called liberal whites, so-called centrist whites do not want to call out racist white people for being literal pieces of shit. And the time for pussying out my kids is over. That time is done. It's finished. That's it. People be racist or say racist shit in front of you. You check that shit in the moment. Okay, that's what anti-racism is all about. All about. And you know that the power that you wield, the privilege that you wield, even within. As a white person, you may feel as though you occupy a somewhat marginalized group. You might be a woman, you might be gay, you might be disabled. I understand that. You still have way more privilege than the richest black person walking around here. Please understand that. And it's imperative that you use your privilege in ways like that. You check the shit out of people who are being racist and violent and very casual with their racism and with their violence. I want us to take a moment, guys, because I want us to come back and talk about some of the other things that are happening around targeted racist violence, especially with our Asian brothers and sisters in Texas. But before we do, Oh, okay. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So, guys, I want us to talk about this action that's being planned this summer at the Hamptons. Some shit that I can get behind because I love making elites and wealthy people uncomfortable, but hopefully it's going to do more than that. We're going to educate, organize, teach, learn, build community. And to join us today, in parts, 2/3 of our guests right now, we are joined with the Banks sisters, Keisha and Courtney Banks, our organizers with Camp Info. I'm so sorry, girls. My dog is in here and she has got me all tied up with wires. But I'd like to welcome Keisha and Courtney Banks to Burn It Down with Kim Brown. I'm so very excited and glad that you guys are able to join me today to talk about what's happening in the Hamptons this summer.
What up? Hey, Kim. Oh my gosh,
Hey,
thank
hey.
you. We're so
That's my
excited.
damn. I think that we are actually kin. I mean, I have not shared this. I have a theory, but I think that we are actually some distant kin. I really believe that.
Hey, we might be. Listen, we're related to a lot of people. I feel like every time you turn around, you run into somebody. And they ask you who your granddaddy is. And, yeah, we very
Well, speaking of every time we turn around, we run into somebody. We have run into Josanna. Josanna is joining us today. You know Josanna, everybody, from the Revolutionary Blackout Network. Josanna is one of the organizers for this important camp action, ladies. I'm so excited that you guys are here to talk with us about this, because I've actually talked to Quaker Anarchist about this, and she told me all about it, which really piqued my interest. But I'm very glad that you guys are here so we can give it some advanced promotion. So if people want to be participants, they have plenty of time to plan this out. So let's start. Let's start with. Okay, Tunde wants me to remind you guys that the camera situation is fucked up. So just bear that in mind if I'm a little choppy, if whatever. But hopefully you guys can hear me loud and clear. So, Josanna, let me start with you, sister. Thank you so much for being here. Hello, beautiful. What we going camping, Josanna? What? I'm black. I don't camp. What are you talking about? Where are we going camping? When does the camping begin? How am I supposed to be camping? Our girl, I don't have no tent. How am I supposed to go camping? No, I'm just kidding. But talk to us about this action about camping, because that's kind of radical within itself for black people to sort of be involved in this, something that we have been pushed out of, I think, just by not being exposed to it and not having literally the resources to camp, right? Camping is something that you kind of need to have money to do, but you guys have got that all covered, and I'm talking all over you. So, Josanna, let's start with you, darling. Talk to me about Camp Dada or the Dada.
It's Dada. So this name, hi everyone, hi sisters. We've been like meeting and working together. So the name comes from a movement that was like started right before in Europe, right before First World War. And it was a movement to fight against fascism. So, hey, what about fighting against fascism now too? So it's an artistical movement that is, it was created because the artists in this moment, like they were feeling the war, they were feeling the how the nerves were warming up, and they started feeling like they had nothing to offer, they had nothing to create, there was no beauty. So they started connecting, and artists in history were always comrades, right? Who created the celebrity gatekeeper and said that that's art is the USA, right? So, yeah, artists have nothing to do with celebrities, right? It's completely different. And that was created for a reason, because art is education, is the most pure manifestation of the human being when they observe the environment they live and they manifest about it. So these artists, per se, in the Dada movement, they created this movement and they used Dada because in any language you can say that, Dada. In any language you can say these two syllables. So it generated the modernist movement in Brazil, some other modernist movements in Europe, and we are bringing back this name because we will base our actions in revolutionary art. We will bring guerrilla art, we will bring theater of the oppressor, we will find creative ways to work and to manifest what we feel. And we also want to occupy the spaces that belong to us originally, but we are on purpose separated from that. Like the only way a poor person can be in the Hamptons is if they are rich or if they are working there, right? So we will occupy places that also belong to us with our presence and our joy. It's a thing that Bank Sisters always says, like poor people joy. I feel like just our joy per se, it's very threatening to them, because that's the first thing the oppressor does, right? They take away our joy. And like that, we have no will of power, no will of life. So we keep on working because that's what we have to do. So when we take our joy back from their hands, that's a revolutionary act. And yes, I know for Black people in the US, it's a challenge, right? To go camping and other activities. But I feel like once we're able to overcome the fears, we get more powerful and we accomplish things.
Keisha and Courtney, why the Hamptons? You know, there's no Holiday Inn on the Hamptons, right? It's like if you are not wealthy, if you don't have a lot of money, you, like Josanna just said, you cannot afford to stay at the Hamptons. So hence the campsite. So, but why the Hamptons, y'all? Talk to us about the intentionality of picking this location, especially during its peak season.
Of course. Labor Day, no less. Labor Day, yeah. I mean, the whole thing that's really great about the whole movement is that it's grassroots and that it's just a bunch of people who have a bunch of extra energy who are looking for solutions and want to take action. And, you know, just when we were having a discussion about healthcare, you know, we were talking about maybe planning another march and another march in DC. And then it's like, okay, I guess you do that, but are the politicians always there? Are you really, you know, actually impacting the people who actually have the money and pull the purse strings of Congress?
Or are we just like bothering other poor people? So we wanted to try to maybe flip it on its head a little bit. You know, Lucy came up with this great idea, and oddly enough, we talk about camping. We had been talking about camping a lot. We were camping over the pandemic, and you know, we love the ideas. We just took it and ran.
So what can people expect? Because obviously this is something very intentional. This is based on historical precedents of, you know, artists coming together as a collective to resist fascism, as Josanna said. Oh, see, I smoked too much weed because I had a question right there and it just went away. It just went poof, up in smoke. But when we talk about the purpose of this, because obviously you guys are going to be doing more things than camping. There's going to be healing and stuff like that. So if people are planning to perhaps or at least considering joining this action, what can they expect besides camping? Because I don't mean to put it like that, but because I know that there's a lot more that's going to be happening than literally just camping outside. So if I'm interested in this, what can I expect if I come up for the weekend or even come to stay a few days to several days before Labor Day?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing that we want to do is skill share and build community with one another. So it's not going to just be, you know, art demonstrations. We're also going to rely on each other and make a little community. So that means helping each other cook, helping each other clean up the campsite. And, you know, I think we're going to have a lot of discussions, and that's why we want to really make sure that we have a good amount of diverse, you know, opinions and experiences and backgrounds. And that's something that people are really excited to share, like what they know. Like we have some people who are trying to unionize their workplace right now. And how can people, you know, maybe people are in the same industry and they can form some sort of bond that way. Maybe there's a third party route that we want to talk about, but all of these things are things that people on the left, you know, we talk a lot about solutions, but actually making those actions and building the bonds that we need to get stuff done. I don't think enough of those steps have been taken. And, you know, some of that's a pandemic and some of it's, you know, just because the way it hasn't been done. So I think you got to come with an open mind and expect to learn and to also, you know, teach other people what you know too. It should be a real reciprocal situation. So I think that would be cool.
I think I had a conversation. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
I just say, like, I feel like one of the things that we see the most is the division in the left, right? And if we stop and observe, like, what just happened, right? Like the white supremacists, the right wingers, the conservatives, they're so disciplined and united. And they do have community. They are in community. So I feel like it's so important. And the idea of camping is also based in the way that the landless workers movement in Brazil, they go to corporation lands, the lands that corporation owns. They occupy these lands, they plant, they work the land, and they distribute the produce for the community. And they have under their umbrella evangelicals, atheists, Catholics. They have like people that are anarchists, people that are communists, people that are socialists. Like they all under the same umbrella, black and white. And they are 38 years strong. And that was my school of activism. So one thing I've been trying to find in the US as the core identity, the cultural core identity, unity, what unites us. Because everything that separates us, it looks to me as a foreigner, as an observer, that is already like taught in school. how to separate from the other, how to not be in community, because that purpose serves to the supremacy, right? The purpose of us not being community, not being united, looking at each other sideways, that serves the purpose of us being separated, therefore weak, and therefore unable to bring on the changes we want, because they're not going to come from a politician. They're not going to come from a hero. There's no such a thing as a hero. There are historical figures, but in their lifetime, they weren't heroes, right? So we need to know that the change will only come from us. And for that, it's important to get together and heal with each other and grow. And as Courtney said, like, share skills and learn, and we're going to have groups of discussions. It'll be cool.
How are we going to annoy the wealthy, ladies?
Well, Kim, of course, that's the funnest part, you know. You know, we don't want to give up all of our secrets, of course.
No, don't. I don't want you to. Of course, you already know that.
But you know, we're working with a lawyer. So every idea that we have for an action, we're running by the lawyer that's helping us out, just to make sure we're not trying to get arrested. You know, because we don't want to give the cops our money. So.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the things are more so like fun, and I think that the thing about the Hamptons that people have to understand too is people will mainly be shocked to see non-rich people on their beach. It's a public beach, but there are many private homes around it. So there's a lot of like little things that they have, like little barriers they have to keep themselves insulated. And just by us camping there, I think that might blow their mind. You know, maybe if all of us are at the coffee shop at once and they can't get their stuff, maybe, you know, I'm not saying that that's the thing, but there are things we cannot tell you unless you're coming. So we'll film some of the artwork and stuff. We're going to film all of this, and we're going to, you know, show everyone, you know, what we need to be doing, because we want to inspire more people to do this, you know, in different parts of the country, because you know, just as things are rapidly declining, we're going to need to learn how to really depend on each other, because a lot of us have been left, you know, in the lurch out here on the ledge, you know. So I think all we have is each other. So that's going to be important.
Absolutely, and I appreciate you guys. Well, first of all, you know, we ain't no snitches over here. Let's be perfectly fucking clear. Like, but I'm glad that at least for people who are interested in the healing action and the action, they know that both of those things are available to them. And I'm glad you guys talked about having contingency plans in place in case, because rich people love to call the police. That is their favorite thing to do. Customer service. Hello, the Negroes are being rowdy. Please come get them. Josanna, and I wanted to point out this aspect about the inclusivity of the group that we're trying to assemble, that you guys are trying to assemble for this action at the Hamptons, because I asked Quaker anarchists, I said, hey, what about disabled people who have a range of disabilities? How will they be included in this? And is there contingency available for them, for us, for disabled folks, if this is something that we wanted to participate in? Will we be looked out for?
Yes, we will. The thing is, we have in our team a person that is responsible for working with us so we can find ways for inclusivity. And we are counting on you and JB, because we are going to live stream the whole action. And we want to do like an online universe for the action, so we can include our brothers and sisters in the disabled community that cannot be there, physically speaking. So we are nominating you and JV to be with us in this online part. So it's going to work like a summit, like we've done in the RBN, and you were there with me, and I was so honored. And yes, and we also have a person that's actually with us, and they will be physically there, and they are in the disabled community, and they are responsible for working with us so we can accommodate everybody that's going to be there physically too.
Yeah, and the live stream, we're hoping we can live stream it there because we don't know the Wi-Fi situation, so we're checking on that. But leading up to, we are having live streams because each day that we're going has a focus. So we're focusing on healthcare, universal healthcare. We're focusing on climate crisis. We're focusing on general strike. So as we're leading up to that, we're having live streams that are on Revolutionary Blackout Network. And then we're going to have a live stream on our channel, The Bank Sisters, where we talk about kind of some of the difficulties and hurdles of leftist organizing. We're going to have that soon with a group of people, many of whom can't come for various reasons.
And then we're also going to have, leading up to it, as kind of a way to include everyone, we're going to, just set up some cool hashtags like hashtag Camp Dada and just send out some requests to the community. Let us know how healthcare has impacted, not having healthcare care has impacted your life. Let us know how much you know about a general strike. Like what would it take for you to be involved in a general strike? So we're gonna try to share those stories, and there's have people make their own like 1-minute movies and share them with as a way to kind of get involved early.
Yeah, we've got a social media set up. So we've got an Instagram set up now. It's Camp Dada 22. You can look for that on Instagram. And then we're also on Twitter at Info Change Camp, which is a great Info Change Camp. Just look up Camp Dada on Twitter. That's a great way to start getting involved with us. But that's where we're going to start this hashtag campaign where we start generating a lot of these videos where we can all share our stories about how we all need to continue working on this stuff and working for this stuff together. Yeah.
So here we are in May, and the action is not until September. Yeah, is that accurate? What's the dates of it? I'm sorry.
Labor Day weekend, so 9/2 through 9/5 or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, so we've got a few months here. So this is why I'm so excited that you guys are on now, because we wanted to make people aware that this is happening, and if this is something that you're interested in participating in or even supporting, you have a few months to either make your plans or contribute your support to help facilitate everybody being able to go. And I'm listening to this and I'm thinking about myself and other people perhaps in my situation, but it's like, but guys, I'm poor. I don't have a tent. I don't have a canteen. Like how am I supposed to come up there and camp? What if I want to participate, but obviously I lack the literal equipment to come camping. I don't have a sleeping bag. I don't have none of that. I'm barely going to get the week off of work to come up there and camp with y'all. What if I am impoverished and lack equipment? Can I still participate?
Yes, you can. We are fundraising to make it possible for everybody that wants to camp to be there with us. So we have a budget out, we have a Give Butter page, and we also have a wish list set up on, unfortunately, there's no conscious consumption under capitalism. So we have wish lists set up on Amazon, and also Courtney did one today on Walmart, I think, with different and better prices tents. So if you want to donate and if you want to support, you can donate an amount of money that you want to donate for people to go, and you can, because we have to pay for the campsite, and you also can go on the wish list and donate material, camp gear, whatever you can support it with.
Fantastic. Well, listen, it's May. I hope to have you guys back on here in July, probably around, the same week of 4th of July, just to put it in people's head. Hey, the next holiday weekend coming up is going to be that weekend. So if you guys wouldn't mind, I would love to have you back in just really several short weeks to continue to plant this seed in people's minds that this is happening, especially if you're on the East Coast. Try your best, especially if you're in the Northeast, Mid-Atlantic. That Amtrak is running, baby. Come on, you can get up to New York City.
We only have 56 spots, so we're about halfway full.
Yeah.
So
we are going to try to, if you can get yourself to New York City, we're going to try to carpool and shuttle from there.
Yeah, so that's what some of the budget is for. And maybe if you've been camping, please think about you possibly are sending someone camping who's never gone. It's a great gift to give to your fellow leftists,
Josanna, you have any parting words for us tonight?
Well, I just want to say thank you so much for having us here, sister. It's always a pleasure to be in your presence. Your fire and your energy, I love it. It makes me want to do that more and more. And thank you, Bank Sisters, for all the support. They are fire. They got everything set up. They've been like working hard so we can get this going. And I love it because Courtney approached when we were actually like sad because one of the actions that we were planning couldn't happen. And she actually helped us find a way through another action. And then we have this great Lucy had this let's go, and boom, it's happening. It's happening. And I'm just so happy. I'm very thrilled. So I'm just want to say thank you, and yes, hugs.
Hugs back to you, to all three of you, and I appreciate you guys making some time to come on here and talk about this. And I have to send again love going out to Quaker anarchist / socialist because she gave me so much information about this and really put me at ease, even if I'm not able to attend. The fact as a disabled person, I know that I'm welcome, and I know that there are going to be people there looking out so I can participate fully. I appreciate that so much. You guys even thinking of disabled folks in this action. So that is extremely kind and just indicative of how encompassing this movement is, how encompassing this movement has to be. If we go be about that action, everybody need to be able to come on and be about that action. And I truly, truly appreciate that. Gang, we've been joined with Courtney and Keisha Banks, along with Josanna Vaz. You need to follow and subscribe to the Banks Sisters YouTube channel. And you can always catch Josanna on the Revolutionary Blackout Network, where she hangs out with good people like Sabbath Stabs and Socialist MMA and Unholy Rome and JB Font. We love JB Font over here, by the way. We're big fans of JB Font over here. But thank you guys so much for making some time, and follow hashtag Camp Dada to get more information about what's happening Labor Day 2022 in the Hamptons. Thank you guys so much again for coming through.
It's so good to see you.
Guys.
Thank you so much, Kim.
You, Josanna. Love you.
Bye bye. Love you.
We'll talk soon.
I bet you we are all cousins. I bet you the four of us are all cousins. Josanna is our Brazilian contingent of cousins. And again, the Bank Sisters are Central Virginia. And my roots are in Central Virginia too. That's why I think we might be some kin. Yeah, are you trying to say something to me, Tunde? Okay. All right, guys. Well, listen, it is 8:00 on the dot. And I'm going to save a couple of stories that I wanted to talk about today for Friday, because it may take me some time to get loose. But let me just say this. White supremacy is not going to be rationalized with, okay? You cannot legislate don't murder Black people out of the hearts of racist, murderous whites. And the problem I want you guys to understand is a lot of problems. There's a lot of problems. There's a lot of problems. There's so many problems. But one of the main problems is that you are going to see, I think, Black people be hypervigilant against random fucking white people showing up in the neighborhood, okay? And if you are a white person with well intentions, you're not coming with gentrifying violence, because that's violence in its own sense, and you're not trying to call the police on people for having the music up loud on a Wednesday night. Listen, people are going to have more questions for you, okay? You may have to explain yourself when you are appearing in other places, because Black people are fed up. We understand, and I think we have been understood, but Buffalo proved this to us, that the police refuse to keep us safe. They refuse to collect budding terrorists before they become fully bloomed, right? And they just refuse. They refuse to protect Black areas. They refuse. So it's going to be imperative. Again, I need for our white folks, again, turn to BPM for the organizing. We talk a little bit of organizing here today, but y'all know Kalanji, Kamal, Jackie and them, they do's this. You understand? They do's this. This is what they do. I do not do that. I support all that shit. But if you want to go where the strategizing is, where the organizing is, it is on Black Power Media, okay? Here is where we pass weed around and yell, right, and be angry, okay? This is your venting space, yes? But anyway, I said that to say, guys, we are not safe here, okay? We are not safe. We continue to not be safe. And white people have to collect white people, okay? Because when I'm thinking about the actions that how I would like for black people to defend our communities, I think about Christopher Dorner, I think about Cookie Thornton, I think about Micah Johnson. Okay, if you're not familiar with those names, I suggest you Google those people, okay, and you'll see the kind of actions that they was with, okay? I don't have a problem with none of that shit. I really don't. I don't, because the terrorism continues. It continues from the police, and it continues from violent white right-wing extremists who the police refuse to do anything about, right? So whoever got to go. You dig me? But they're not going to collect their people's, Big Teal. We need them to collect their people's. But I understand why anti-racist whites are reluctant to try to collect racist whites, because they're fucking dangerous, okay? So anti-racist whites, this is what you got to do. You got to put all that pacifist shit to the side. Leave all that hippie shit in the past, okay? You need to go out there and start buying big guns. Just like your cracker ass cousins out here buying big guns and big ammo. Shit. You need to be buying big guns and big ammo too. And you know exactly who to pass them to, okay? So listen, because at the end of the day, the racists are going to be trying to shoot the nigger lovers as much as they're going to try to shoot the niggas, okay? So if you are an anti-racist white and you do not hold racism and hate against non-white people as something that is sacred to you, they're coming for you too. They're coming for you too. So please don't think that you are safe at all. So what I need you to do, you got to flex that whiteness. You got to flex it. Flex it right now. You got to flex the shit out of it. You got to flex all the shit that you specifically as white people are able to fucking do. Okay? Flex that shit right now and link up with the right ones. Come on, Dawn, John Brown Brigade. You know what time it is. Anyway, gang, I'm going to push off. I'm going to see you back here for Burn It Down with Kim Brown on Friday at 7 p.m. Come hang out with me tomorrow morning, Wednesday and Thursday morning over on Black Power Media for the Remix Morning Show starting at 8 a.m. Eastern. I want to say thank you. Shout out to Lady K. Mosley, of course, Courtney, Latif, Johnnie, Big Teal, JG, Jonathan Guerrero. Come on, JG. JG, we need that JG energy out here too, JG. I know you know who Micah Johnson is, my bruv. Natalie, everybody. I just love you. Vesper, Frowny Francais, come through. My niece Alicia, Nat A, Comrade Kwame. Come on, you already know. Guys, I will see y'all. Thank you all so much on behalf of Molly and Tunde. We love you guys. COVID is still out here jumping on people. Please don't forget that either. I think we will talk about that on Friday. Also, the COVID is back, baby. COVID ain't gone nowhere. Like violent white racism, but it has made a resurgence. Also, like violent white racism. Funny how that works. We'll see you guys on Friday, gang. See y'all later. Bye-bye. Love you.